Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bite the Arrow, in which I review an Arrow video release. And in this episode, we review the William Griffey movie, The Hooked Generation. So this is part of the Arrow video release of the He Came from the Swamp, I believe. That's the name of the box set. I'm trying to find it. Anyway. And it's an eclectic mix of the works from William Griffey. I hope I'm selling his surname right, but anyway. So this movie, The Hooked Generation, is about a bunch of drug peddlers, drug traders, dealers, whatever you want to call them. And it's kind of a road trip movie. So it starts off with this cast of characters, and they're facilitating a drug deal from kind of the Cuban military. They're bringing in, they meet on the boat in the Florida Everglades swamps, and they're doing this deal to take on a load of drugs. And they decide, you know what, we're going to cut out the middleman, and they decide to kill these Cuban militant soldiers, these guys. So they completely wipe out this squad of people in quite a good little battle on the side of the boat. Quite well shot. I must admit, I think it looked really good. So then it follows this bunch of characters, and these characters are great names. You've got Daisy, who's the main arsehole, the main dealer. Daisy, his name is. Really, I forget the guy's name. Let me just look on the back. But he played it really well. John David Chandler, apparently a regular in his movies. He was really good in this. So you've got Daisy, Dum Dum, and Acid. What brilliant names for these three. So then the story follows these three. So they've nicked all these drugs from the Cuban guys have just wasted. And then a load of Coast Guards approach them and ask to come on board, and they're like, yeah, come on board, and you just know it's going to go wrong. You know what's going to go down. They ended up having a massive gunfight, and they killed the Coast Guards. And as they're killing the Coast Guards, I keep calling them bloody Coast Guards, a couple witness it. They actually witness the three drug dealers. They actually dump all the drugs off the side of the boat before the Coast Guards board, and this couple come up and say, we witnessed them, dumping off the goods. So once they killed all the Coast Guards, they kidnap these two, and then what happens is a pursuit of the FBI after these three, and it is just a wild ride. These three, Acid in particular, is fucking brilliant. He portrays this, he's basically tripped out of his head throughout the movie. During the opening gunfight, all he's bothered about is getting a hit. He's crawling through bullets flying past him. He's crawling on top of the boat to try and find somewhere to take a hit. And this guy plays this role so well. You think he's just off his tits all the way through this movie. So it follows these three as they're being pursued by the FBI with these two captive hostages in tow. And it follows them along, and it just goes really weird. They kind of enter this kind of Indian tribe to seek shelter, and there's a real horrific scene. I think it's horrific, but it's basically, I'm going to spoil it now. Spoiler countdown, 1, 2, 3. So Acid takes a liking to one of these local Indian tribes girls, and he's trying to kiss her, and then she runs off. He chases her, and he's that smacked out of his head that he basically puts her head in water to shut her up. And it's a fantastic camera shot, so where basically you've got her face coming down, and the camera's obviously underwater behind a screen, and you see her face in the water, and he's like talking, basically she's drowning, and so she drowns, and he's like pulls her out and starts kissing her and going, oh, you're playing possum and all this, and then you just know, oh, this is grim. And then it cuts, and then he comes back to the tribe and the other characters, and one of them, Dum Dum, who's pretty just this violent, vile piece of shit, asks, how was it? And he goes, oh, she was really cold. And you just think, oh, that is just grim. So he actually, I'll leave it to your imaginations. So then, as you can expect, it leads up to the penultimate battle between Acid, Dum Dum, and Daisy versus the FBI. And they just, put it this way, they don't win the day. And the way and again spoilers, the way the three main casts are disposed of, I really did like the way they're killed off, especially when Daisy sends Acid on a mission to go and get some bits. He ends up to this house where it's just drug fueled, and he gets completely smacked out of his head. And when he dies, there's a scene where there's just this candle, and the flame goes off on the candle, and that signifies his death. I just thought that was quite cool. I've not seen that before. So yeah, very low budget, a drugs movie, on the run movie. Reminded me very much of like 70s grindhouse exploitation movies like Last House on the Left. That kind of dirty, gritty feel to it. I think the three main characters of Dum Dum, Daisy and Acid are instantly, I say likeable, but they're just strong characters, and you're invested in them as the story progresses. Certainly Daisy, I think he did a fantastic job, and you just hate them. You just really have a real distaste for these three guys. And finally, when it all happens, you know what's going to happen in the end. It's no spoiler really. You can see what's going to happen. Three crooks on the run is not going to end well. Three murderers on the run, but well done, well shot. Had a real blast with it. So this is the third one I've watched out of these William Griffey movies from the Arrow box set. Depending on how I upload these, might try and do them in order, maybe not, who knows. But yeah, to finish off, I'm going to give this a solid 4 out of 5 arrows. I had a real good time with this, and I can see myself coming back to this one a lot more than all the others so far. And I really encourage people to, out of all of them I've seen so far, this is my favourite to go watch. So there we go. I'm going to stop rambling, and I'll see you again soon on another episode of Bite the Arrow. Cheers.